Hey guys, how you going? So I've just put the video up of the laser cut design that was just cut out on the CNC laser cutter, and I'm just going to go through the evaluation questions really quickly for you. So what type of product did you set out to design and produce, and who was your intended market? And so what I've done here is I've intended to produce a wind chime that anyone could use in their yard. And so I suppose that my intended market would be someone who appreciates birds of prey. Makes sense? Birds of prey, wind chime, tend to go outside in the wind, right? What parts of the design process were challenging? So my feathers here, the bits that hang up underneath, I didn't really know how to draw them. I didn't want to draw them like smooth along the edge here. So I actually drew them as just zigzaggy lines. And so I wasn't really how to draw them as feathers, but they ended up turning up okay. How did I overcome them? Yeah, so I drew them in a zigzag pattern, hoping for the best. And if it didn't work, I was actually just going to use feathers for my chickens at home. But these actually turned out looking okay. What parts of the design process went well in this task? So the AutoCAD drawing process was easy enough. What I actually did here was, so these feathers and these feathers here, I actually mirrored them to the other side. So this side is a mirror image of that side. I didn't bother with that. So it actually smashes out really quickly. Also, instead of drawing three different ones, I drew one and then I copied it. So I've just got three of the exact same feather bits. Evaluate my finished product. So 1, how satisfied am I with its aesthetics? Remember guys, aesthetics are looks. How does it look? So I'm happy with it how it looks. I like the burn marks on the MDF. I like the wooden look to it. However, next question, how satisfied are you with how it meets its intended function? I'm not. And the reason why is a wind chime is an outside product. I made mine out of MDF. MDF, when it gets wet, more or less breaks apart and disintegrates. So this is not appropriate for outside. Also, I was making a wind chime. So these hang beneath my laser cut holes here. And as the wind blows them, these little pieces are supposed to bang into each other and make a metallic ring. These are MDF. They're not going to ring. So it is now a decorative product. Had I been using a plasma cutter that cuts through steel, both of these would have been fine. I could have cut them from aluminium or stainless steel and that would have worked better. But because I'm using a laser cutter that will only cut through MDF or acrylic or cardboard, this doesn't really suit the function that I originally designed it for. Last question, if you had the opportunity to do this task again, what would you do differently next time? So the body, with my laser cutter, I would have cut out of acrylic because it will stand the elements outside. And instead of cutting the feathers, I would have just used a hacksaw to cut up some aluminium pipe and I would have hung them down. That way it would have actually been a wind chime that could actually work as a wind chime outside. So that's mine, that's my evaluation. There's an example there of how to do it. I've more or less typed that on mine, and this is the last step that you need to complete in this assignment. Have fun with this project, guys. Send me an email if you're having trouble. Call the school. I'm not going to give you my mobile number, but if you call the school, I can always call you back, or the front office will transfer you through. Have a good Easter. Bye.